It's a strange responsibility, knowing that our happiness evokes such strong negative emotions in others. I often wonder if they will ever find peace, if their happiness depends on possessing what others have. Their focus on us is a distraction from their own potential for joy. And while their hatred is unpleasant, it also serves as a reminder of the unique and precious thing we have found. I try not to let their bitterness seep into my own heart, but it requires a conscious effort to maintain that distance. Their longing is palpable, a tangible force in the atmosphere, but it only makes me appreciate the reality of what we share even more. It's a strange form of unwanted flattery, their intense desire for what we have, but I would trade their envy for their genuine happiness any day. Ultimately, their feelings are a reflection of their own inner world, not a reflection of ours. And I choose to focus on the light and joy that our connection brings. Their negativity is a storm we will weather together, stronger on the other side. Their bitterness is a constant undercurrent, but your smile is the wave that washes it away. They dissect our happiness, searching for flaws that simply aren't there. Their envy is a twisted tribute to the genuine connection we hold. It's a strange burden to know your happiness is a source of such unhappiness for others. I often ponder the emptiness they must feel to fixate so intensely on us. Their attempts to belittle what we have only highlight its undeniable value. The weight of their judgment is nothing compared to the lightness I feel in your presence. They can try to imitate, but authenticity is a language they don't speak. Their desire is a shadow that constantly trails us, but it never touches our core. It's a lonely pursuit, constantly craving what belongs to someone else. Their negativity is a dull roar that fades into silence when we're together. I sometimes wish they could experience the simple joy of genuine connection instead of envy. Their obsession is a cage they've built for themselves, trapping their own potential. And through it all, your understanding gaze is my constant reassurance. Their opinions are fleeting whispers against the solid foundation we've built. Knowing their animosity has no power over us is a quiet victory in itself. It's a strange dance, being both admired and resented for the intimacy we share. I often find myself questioning the source of such deep-seated resentment. Their efforts to undermine us only solidify my commitment to what we have. It's a constant reminder that not everyone operates from a place of love and understanding, but their lack of empathy doesn't diminish the beauty of our shared world. I try not to let their darkness dim the light we found together. Their envy is a stark reminder of how rare and precious genuine connection truly is. It's a twisted form of acknowledgement, though one born from discontent. Sometimes a wave of sadness washes over me for their inability to find their own happiness. But then I remember the energy they expend on their negativity, and the sadness recedes. Ultimately, their emotional landscape is theirs to navigate, not mine to absorb. My focus remains steadfast on nurturing the bond we so carefully cultivate. The intensity of their scrutiny can feel invasive, a constant violation of our privacy. It makes me cherish our quiet moments of solitude even more deeply. Their words are like stones thrown at a fortress. They may clatter, but they won't breach the walls. It's a strange irony, their hatred inadvertently highlighting the strength of our connection. They can try to dismantle, but they lack the blueprint of what makes us work. Their opinions are background noise compared to the symphony of our understanding. I find peace in the unspoken language we share, a dialogue they can't eavesdrop on. Their envy is a storm cloud that breaks against the unwavering strength of our bond. It's a constant defense against their projections, their attempts to taint our joy. But our connection is a resilient vine, growing stronger despite their attempts to prune it. I try to maintain my equilibrium, to not let their negativity disrupt my inner peace. But the awareness of their resentment is a persistent hum in the background. Their obsession is a distorted reflection of the beautiful reality we inhabit. It's a weight I acknowledge, this awareness of their covetousness. But it's a weight I carry with a sense of gratitude for what we possess. They can scheme and plot, but they can't replicate the organic growth of our connection. Their anger is a testament to the authenticity of the happiness they witness. It's a disheartening reality that some find solace in the lack of happiness in others. And while their feelings are their own, they do create ripples in our shared experience. I try to build a protective barrier around our connection, a shield against their negativity. They whisper behind my back, but they stare when we're together. The green in their eyes is brighter than any emerald I've ever seen. It's a heavy crown, this attention, knowing their desire that fuels their disdain. Every glance in your direction feels like a stolen treasure they wish they possessed. I see the way they try to mimic your laughter, the way they angle for your attention, and it only solidifies what I already know. They can try to replicate, but they can never duplicate what we share. The air crackles with their unspoken envy whenever we're in the same room. Sometimes I catch their reflections, twisted with a longing they can't articulate. It's a strange burden, being the keeper of something so fiercely coveted. Do they truly understand the depth of our connection, or do they just see a prize to be won? Their negativity is a constant hum, a reminder of the preciousness of what we have, I often wonder what their lives would be like if they focused on building instead of coveting. It's a lonely space they inhabit, this world of wanting what isn't theirs. And while their animosity stings sometimes, it also reinforces the unique bond we've forged. I can feel their judgment, a silent weight pressing down whenever we're unguarded. They dissect our every interaction, searching for flaws, hoping for a crack in our foundation. But what they fail to grasp is that our connection isn't built on superficiality. It's woven from threads of understanding they wouldn't recognize. Their obsession with what we have is a constant, low-level noise in the background of my thoughts. It makes me fiercely protective, a guardian of our shared happiness. I sometimes wish they could see the beauty in their own potential instead of fixating on ours. Perhaps their anger stems from a deeper insecurity, a fear of not being enough. It's a sad existence, defined by what they lack rather than what they possess. And through it all, your presence is my anchor, the calm in their envious storm. Their opinions are just static compared to the clarity of your understanding. Knowing that their negativity can't touch what we have built is a quiet form of power. It's a strange dynamic, being both admired and resented for the same reason. I often find myself wondering what fuels such intense feelings. Is it truly about what I have, or is it about something missing in them? Their attempts to undermine us only strengthen my resolve to cherish what we share. It's a constant reminder that not everyone will understand or appreciate our connection. But their lack of understanding doesn't diminish its validity. It simply highlights its rarity. I try not to dwell on their negativity, but it's a shadow that occasionally flickers at the edges of my awareness. It makes me appreciate the genuine connections in my life even more. Their envy is a testament to the strength and beauty of what we have. It's a twisted form of validation, though one I wish they didn't feel the need to express. Sometimes I feel a pang of sympathy for their inability to find happiness in their own lives. But then I remember their actions and the feeling fades. Ultimately, their feelings are their own burden to carry. My focus remains on nurturing what we have. The intensity of their gaze can be unsettling, a constant reminder of their desire. It makes me hold you a little tighter, cherish our moments a little more fiercely. Their words may sting, but they are ultimately hollow when compared to the truth of our connection. It's a strange paradox, their hatred fueling my appreciation. They can't break what they didn't build. Their opinions are irrelevant to the foundation we've created. I find solace in the quiet understanding that passes between us, a language they can't decipher. Their envy is a dark cloud, but our connection is the sun that burns through it. It's a constant battle against their projections, their attempts to diminish what we have. But our bond is resilient, weathering their storms. I try to rise above their negativity, to not let it taint the joy we find together. But it's a constant awareness, a subtle tension in the air. Their obsession is a strange mirror, reflecting the value of what we possess. It's a weight I carry, this knowledge of their covetousness. But it's a weight made lighter by your presence. They can plot and scheme, but they can't replicate the authenticity of our connection. Their anger is a testament to the fact that they see something truly special in what we share. It's a lonely existence to constantly desire what belongs to someone else. And while their feelings are their own, they do cast a shadow on our happiness. I try to shield you from their negativity, to create a safe space where their envy can't penetrate. But the awareness of it is always there, a subtle hum beneath the surface. Their desire is a constant pressure, a force trying to pull us apart. But our connection is stronger than their envy.